Yeah. Hello.
Hello, well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky with your host, Vivian, and your co host, Dan. We're here this evening. We have no idea what we were speaking about. We are still suffering the Christmas hangover. Not alcohol induced, of course, just wear and tear, general wear and tear after all the holidays and all the fun and
Excitement.
festivities, and particularly more so for Viv, I would imagine, as she flew back from the States last week and
Oh,
hot on the heels of trying to do some shopping. She hadn't done anything prior to
oh, I'm
that, had she,
knackered.
Viv?
I'll,
So
I'll tell you what, Dan, I am knackered. I've done it all in 2 days.
that's some going, though, isn't it? That's some going. I normally start, and I'm not even joking, I normally start 3 months before because I know there's no way I'm going to get a head of steam up to do it all into 1 or 2 days. You know, I might be fat and I might have a beard, but I'm not Santa. I can't do that sort of magic. But apart from that, yeah. So how are you, Viv?
I am recovering slowly.
You getting there?
Yeah, what about you, Dan?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a daze because obviously, with the Christmas being on a Saturday over here, and the bank holiday, and then you've got another bank holiday. So in effect, you've got what constitutes 2 Boxing Days, but then you've got the third day, which is the Tuesday, which is today, if I remember rightly, which is today, is also now a bank holiday.
Is it?
I've lost control of what days I've got. Saturday feels like it was a Sunday. Sunday felt like it was a Saturday. You know what it's like. It's all up in the air, isn't it? But I've not been doing anything paranormal.
I've lost control of what days
Oh,
I've got.
oh, sorry.
There you go, Aaron.
It was you telling me about you losing.
Dulcet tones. Sorry,
It's you telling me you lost control.
I've lost control.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Chantel.
All the way from South
Merry
Africa.
Christmas, Chantel.
Oh, that's one place I want to go.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? I've got a few
Yeah.
friends from over there, but I've never been there myself. But it does look stunning.
I want to go to
Christmas,
Durban.
Chantel.
Yeah. I want to go to Durban and do my cage dive in there with the great
Yes,
whites.
gorgeous reef around there, isn't there? Around South Africa.
Yeah.
Probably around the coast of Africa in general, but I know South Africa's got some stunning places. So yeah, the only thing that I've been missing really is doing anything paranormal because I haven't been doing.
Have you really?
Paranormal. It's just, you know, I've not even. No, I mean, there was a time before I got wise to it that I would go online when there was a lull, and I would look for anything paranormal just to keep me topped up and keep me ticking over till I could get out and do something myself. But a lot of it online now is just absolute nonsense and rubbish and ridiculous, and so I can't even bring myself to watch it. You know, I mean, I've gone down from a high number of programs that I used to watch to that, and then I got down to about 2 people that I trusted, and now there's only one group out of those 2 that I trust anymore, because one of the groups started getting. The more numbers they got, the more activity they were getting.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and
oh, this place is broken. I do everything to get up.
Chantel,
oh, no.
I think the world is. I think everywhere's broken, Chantel. Everywhere's broken at the moment. And it'll be up to us to fix it at some point, I'm sure.
Do you know what? They've got all the wildlife, like the lions, they have cheetahs, they have rhino, they have giraffes, they have hyena. My favourite dog is a hyena. Honestly, I'd love a pet hyena.
Oh, they're lovely. Do you know what's really weird? Because I was listening to some audio today that somebody put up about, it was this manic laughter that was coming from this woods in North America.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that sounds very much like a hyena to me. So I then went and got a copy of a hyena laughing, and it wasn't dissimilar. It wasn't exactly 100% similar. It was like a cross between a coyote yapping and a hyena laughing.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It sounded like the Joker, you know, out of Batman.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, well, it's North America. What bloody hell's a hyena doing in North America? But then people have pets, don't they?
Yeah, somebody's pet.
Somebody's pets escaped or what have you. Whether it was that or not, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, hyenas are beautiful.
Do you know, I love the spotted hyena. I think they are so beautiful.
Yeah, they're gorgeous hyenas.
Yeah, and I watched this guy called, what's his name? Dean Schneider. And he's got YouTube and he's on Facebook and he runs his own Makuna Mapaka, I can't even pronounce it. He's wildlife park where he's got hand-reared lions. And he's got a hyena there called Chucky. Chucky the hyena.
Perfect name for a hyena. I had a mate, still I haven't spoken to him for a while, but he's still a mate of mine. And he used to do work with hyenas and he got bitten just below, luckily enough, it was below the jugular. But when he takes his shirt off, there's a massive chunk missing here where he got bitten by one because their jaw power is horrendously impressive.
They got the strongest jaws. Any living mammal.
They're tough. Their jaws are tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're very intelligent, unbelievably intelligent animals. They are.
Once they love you,
beautiful.
If you see them, once they love you, if you get a hand-reared one and they love you and you've got that trust, that bond with them, they're the most loving things in the world. This hyena cuddles up to Dean and he whinges because if he's been away for too long and he comes back in the enclosure, he's
young.
Yeah, because he's been away for too long.
I like the old African painted dogs as well. I think they're beautiful. They got the ears like satellite dishes. Their ears and they're beautiful. They're absolutely stunning.
What?
Blimey.
That's crazy. There's some humans that have been able to eat and digest glass.
There's a French guy, isn't there? He can eat anything. Well, I don't know if he's still alive, but years ago, he used to be a French guy on TV. Wild dogs are awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah, he used to eat everything and anything. Planes, knives and forks. I remember him. Unbelievable. French guy.
Before we go any further, I have to do something. I have to
magic trick.
I have to wish Uri Geller a very happy birthday for yesterday. So I want to wish Uri a very, very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Uri, wherever you are.
Yeah. He's in Israel at the moment. He's deep with his museum in Israel. But yeah, so it was his birthday yesterday. So
excellent. How old is he? He's got to be getting on a bit, isn't he? He never ages though. He doesn't look like he ages.
I know.
He doesn't look like he ages. So it's just a number to him, isn't it?
It's a bit like Richard Felix. He's
another one. I think they're vampires.
He told me he was 72. Richard did.
Did he?
Yeah.
He doesn't look it. He looks.
I've got to look after him because he's 72.
72 going on 17, I think, isn't he, really? He's still got that
Hands up.
Juvenility.
Do you think, because he's asked me, but I don't know whether I should do it or not, but do you think we should contact ITV to get him on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Do you think Richard Felix would make
I think he'd do well on that, actually. I think he'd do well on that.
Do you reckon we should start?
Definitely. Got to do it. You've got to do it if you've got to do it.
I would love to see him do an eating challenge. That would just be the funniest thing ever.
It'd be all right as long as you told him that the jungle wasn't haunted.
I think they're going back to Australia next year, aren't they?
Are they really?
I think so.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll see how that pans out. 17 plus tax.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
But, yeah, you've got to get him on there. Set him up with what are friends for? Set him up for a fall.
Shall we?
Go on.
But the thing is, we've got Brian Kano coming over in August.
Yes.
So we have to get the Brian Kano. Actually, no, it's in Christmas, so we could still do it, couldn't we?
Yes. What was I going to say? Is it so you think it's Australia next year? You think they might go back there?
Yeah.
I think he'd do well on that, Richard, because he's got a good personality, isn't he?
Well, yeah.
He's got a great personality.
He keeps asking me to be his manager, but I don't want to. You do it, Rich. You do it, Dan.
No, you're right. As lovely as that man is.
He could be my manager if he wants. He wouldn't go anywhere or do anything. We'd get nothing done.
So, Viv, what have you been keeping abreast of as far as the paranormal has been concerned?
Well,
anything new out there that we need to talk about or have a chat around?
Right. So I put your name forward, Dan.
Not for I'm not even I'm a two bob, not even a celebrity. Get me out of here.
No. When we go to Seaside, we're doing a conference, and we are doing an evening of red light evening. Now in America, they don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's the oldest game in the world, isn't it? Apparently,
red light. So
you're not going to get much from me. Let's be honest.
Well, we're doing a red light. We're doing a red light evening on the Friday night at the conference at Seaside. So it will be entertaining with you running around with a microphone, talking to people through, what they see and what they're doing and stuff. Because it's all going to be interactive with the audience. We're not going to actually be doing anything. You'll have the hardest job, running around and asking people what they see and having a laugh and a joke with them. So,
now we've got to tell people that the Seaside thing that Viv is on about is actually a paranormal conference, isn't it?
It is.
That's in Oregon.
In Oregon, yeah.
Which is in March, isn't it?
It's in March.
So so that's what Viv's alluding to, isn't it, Viv?
Yes.
And we're all jolly well excited about that, aren't we? And looking forward to attending that and doing, as you say, having chats with the public and talking about things. Yeah. It means the same thing over here, to be honest, Chantal.
Oh no, it's the red light evening, sort of Victorian red light evening that they would do to contact spirits. So we're going to be doing that. And then, Dan, we're going to the Bigfoot Museum.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm super excited about that.
The North American Bigfoot Museum. I don't know how safe it would be for us to go out and look for Bigfoots, but we will go to, hopefully, if it's not snowing, we will go to some of the waterfalls where they have got some forestry, so you can have a bit of a walk up to some of the waterfalls.
You love forests, love woodlands and forests.
And you may be lucky, may not be lucky. I would take a camera or a film and just film your walk, because you're not even going to notice a Bigfoot, even if there was one there, unless he was aggressive to you. So,
and it's out of hunting season, isn't it? Then,
well, I think it is. I'm not sure. I don't know how long the hunting season is out there.
No, and I guess they've got a different set of species, haven't they? So there's different timings, I suppose, for hunting different species, or maybe I don't know.
So that's if we can talk William. We can talk William into taking us somewhere where we can walk. Bigfoot's big feet. Bigfoots, I suppose. Would you call them Bigfoots?
Yeah, that's a very good. Do you know what, Chantal? That's a very good point.
We can ask. Hi, Carl. We can ask the Bigfoot expert when we speak to him. Cliff Barrickman. Is that his name?
That's the man.
From Finding
Mr. Bigfoot himself.
Yeah.
Mr. Bigfoot himself. So that's all good. So we got that going on.
Nice. I like that.
What was that? That was Sylvester the cat, wasn't it? I'm gonna kill those meathers to pieces. Do you remember that? I gotta kill those meathers to pieces.
Oh. So March, we're going to be busy in March, Dan.
We are. We got a busy year next year, God willing.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about it, Dan.
No. Well, I need to have a chat with you on Friday. I might as well tell you on here anyway, because I think that you and I need to work in some proper, or places where we can do some proper good indoor investigations, particularly in the colder months of the year.
Yes. I mean, outside is all right in the summer, but during the winter, it's wet, it's miserable.
Exactly.
It's freezing cold. I mean, we did that one indoor one, didn't we? We did the Robin Hood experience.
Oh, yes.
We didn't think much of that, did we?
No. Although it was really weird, wasn't it? Because a lot of the stuff that was on audio and even the stuff that was, was activity like movement and stuff wasn't picked up until we'd come home. Really.
Oh,
Kempton Park Hospital. Yeah,
I'd love to go.
yeah,
I'd
I wouldn't mind
love
doing
to
some
go. Honestly,
South African investigations. That'd be cool.
Do you know what I'd be doing over there, though? I'd be going to all the oddities places. Like, where can I buy a skull?
I've got to go to this corner.
No, I'll go to South Africa and pick one up from there.
I'll tell you what, we should do that between us this year. Fifth corner. Maybe. Just you and I. Because I think that would probably proffer more activity if it were just a couple of us.
Yeah.
Now, Fifth Corner, for those that don't know, is how would you describe? It's like an oddities, Viv, isn't it?
But it's got human body parts in there, quite a lot.
Lots of human remains and stuff, aren't there? But
yeah,
and they've got like Victorian hearse, haven't they? And they've got like a mortuary table that's raw gold.
I'll tell you what, Dan. If you're up for it, and money permitting, and other halves allowing us to go, why don't we get on the Eurostar once the French let us back in, and let's go and do the Paris catacombs?
That would be good. That would be good. That would be good.
I mean, even if we just do one of their tours or something like that, we're at the back.
Exactly.
We'll stick because we don't want to get lost under there.
No, exactly. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do on Friday. If it's all right by you, we can sort out some indoor investigations or sort of that part of the year and stuff, and when it gets a bit cold and windy and that, because I think that's inhibited us a bit this year, isn't it? Well, yeah, I'm thinking in terms of last year now, but still in it.
Yeah, we're still in last year.
I know, mad, isn't it? And I'm kind of hoping that I hope it will be fun, Chantal. I'm hoping as well that maybe things will be a lot looser next year as regarding restrictions and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Anyway,
I have seen some news that the village in Mansfield is shutting its doors to the paranormal.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I should imagine it's been sold because the cost to keep that going.
It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah. So it might be worth speaking to Lee to see if we can. Yeah, before it closes its doors for good. With just the two of us and Lee, maybe we might sort something out.
Well, I want to book next year as well. Probably it is the one I really want to book as well next year is the Old Nick Theatre.
Oh yeah, we're going to go there.
Of course you can ask Chantal, but I'm not going to tell you.
He's such a tease, isn't he?
I'm from Hertford in the UK, which is kind of just on the periphery of London. Well, far enough for it to be comfortable. And Viv, there is from Cambridge, aren't you, Viv? Well, we're both from London originally.
Originally from London.
But now Viv's moved out to Cambridgeshire. Beautiful place.
Yeah. So, was out in Cambridge today.
There you go. So we've gone from inner city to bumpkins.
Country bumpkins. Out in the sticks.
We are out in the sticks.
Out in the sticks.
So, yeah.
Talking of sticks.
Go on.
We have to do a forest next year. So that is on the list.
Yes.
Because we do have forest places here. So I think we have to do one because we're spoiled here.
Yeah, we're lucky. We are lucky.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Williamson.
It's Mary.
Hope you're good.
Oh, we need to get Mary on a show as well. We'll be in touch.
Cool. Excellent. I want to do.
Should I be writing these down with my new Santa pen?
Yeah.
I've got a pen with Santa on it.
Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? It just brings Christmas joy all year round. 12 months of happiness.
Oh, Bristol.
Oh, I've got mates in Bristol. Yeah. Are you originally from South Africa then, Chantal, or are you sort of expat from over here? Or is your heritage British or not?
The old Nick. I'm writing these down.
The Old Nick and
Little Dean Jail.
0302.
we need to be looking at as an outdoor one. Hopefully in the summer, I'm thinking. Well, that'd be summer, I think, or at least spring, late spring.
Come down and I'll help you.
What do you call it? Chase, Viv? I can't remember the bloody name
Cannock
of it.
Chase.
Cannock Chase.
Oh yeah, you might find Dogman.
I've got Willoughby Chase in my head. That's the Wolves of Willoughby Chase, isn't it? Every time
You might find Dogman there.
Hopefully. I'll bring a ball so I can throw it and distract him.
Bring a ball, throw it to the Dogman or the big
And
the
some scuba
Bigfoots.
snacks. Looks like me after just any time of day, really, Chantel. We've got a red sweater on.
Oh, they moved to Bristol from South Africa.
Oh, I see.
Chase tornado. Oh my God! Do you know what? When I was in the States, the day the tornadoes hit, I think there was two, wasn't there, that hit that did all that carnage.
The massive one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the massive. It travelled 200 miles.
Yeah.
And did a lot of damage. That night, I was in Oregon, and they were saying that there was going to be snowstorms and up in the hills, and they're going to shut the roads, the passes. You're not going to get past them, and we had a pretty sort of, compared to what they had, it was nothing, but it was pretty windy. I slept through it, and there was some structural damage done to William's house. Nothing major, it was just more cosmetic, but my heart went out to those poor people that lost lives, people
it's horrific.
But even afterwards they were dying in the hospitals. It was just awful.
There was
awful.
I was watching an interview. They were talking to this guy, and the thing that threw me, I had to reverse the TV to make sure I heard right. And they said that this hurricane had gone through the town, and I thought that can't be right. It must. I like to listen to that, and I think it was something like 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes the whole town was gone.
Yeah,
and I reversed it, thinking 2 minutes, and then there was a guy who had, luckily, he secured himself down underneath his house. It still got torn up though. His house was nothing, just rubble. Because the man's standing on what was his life, you know.
Yeah, it's awful.
And he said it was all over for him in less than 5 seconds. He said that it hit, he got under, it hit, it was gone past by that point then. But he said he could hear it all been ripped apart above him.
Yeah,
and
apparently the noise is horrendous.
Town, just because, unbelievable.
They might not do paranormal anymore, but where you got Gob Almighty here,
that's true.
I might be able to get us in. We might not with a team or anything, just a couple of us go in for a couple of hours because that's all we need. We're not greedy.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick, he's lovely.
Nick Muller, yeah.
Yeah, I've adopted him. He's my paranormal son.
He's lovely, Nick, isn't he?
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, you just stand no chance with them at all.
No.
I'd rather hedge my bets with a Bigfoot than have to sit with a tornado.
Yeah. At least you stand some sort of semblance of a chance with a Bigfoot, wouldn't you?
I'll give him. I'll bring some presents to try and soften the mood. I've always got these on me at the minute.
Well, I can't see that. What is it?
They're
icebreaker mints.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Did you get them in the States?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you don't get that sort of stuff over here, do you?
Altoids,
what's that?
They're like extra strong mints, but cinnamon flavour.
Didn't they?
I've got a normal peppermint one.
Oh, they strong, Viv?
Not really. But I do like a little bit of cinnamon every now and again.
Oh yeah, cinnamon's lovely, especially around Christmas time. Got to be done.
Oh, Chantal has to be my paranormal daughter. My paranormal kids are growing and growing and growing. I've got 3 now.
Didn't know about out there, Viv.
I've got Chantal. I've got Lucy. I've got Nick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I got my and what's his name? Hemorrhoids. Oh dear. Oh, what's his name? From Take the Cake, Michael D. He's my paranormal son as well.
Michael D. Yeah.
I've got 4 paranormal children now.
Yeah, Michael D. Not spoke to him in God knows how long.
He's doing more Scariest Places for Take the Cake.
He's still doing that.
He's doing some more. Yeah, he's reviving it. So that'll be interesting when that's released. I think it'd be quite good and good for him as well, because he's an awesome videographer. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he is good. He's good.
It's because of Nick.
Yeah, Nick's a nice guy. Nick's a nice man.
Yeah, it's Nick's fault why we're on here, wasn't it?
Yes, it's all down to Nick.
All down to Nick.
All down to Nick.
Poor Nick. We blame him for everything.
Well, yeah, exactly. We've got to find a scapegoat, and Nick's perfect.
Oh, so yeah, we can use my bendy tarot.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a bendy one.
Bendy Bobs. That's cool.
Be interesting to see how that works.
Isn't it?
Do what, sorry?
That's come from the States as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the bendy one works.
Never seen one of them over here. Never seen one. It's like for me, it's like the caveman looking at a fire. It's like, ooh, look at that.
But you got to trust the person you do the Ouija board with, though. So,
and the only last Ouija board we ever did, the last Ouija board we did, I'm always suspect as far as Ouija boards are concerned because of I believe that people unknowingly move stuff and you have that idiomotor movement and stuff like that. And I'm always skeptical of Ouija boards because I've never really seen one do anything with hands off. And when I've looked at people using Ouija boards, I've always seen somebody's fingers it looks like there's a little bit more pressure on them than there should be.
Yeah.
But that one we did blew me away. I mean, the fact
Tell everyone what happened because they don't know.
Well, we were at Kelvin and Hatch, which is a secret nuclear bunker. It's not so secret now, but it used to be a secret nuclear bunker, and it's in Essex. So it was built there for the government to be evacuated to in the case of an atomic fallout or war or what have you. And subsequently, it never got used. I think it was used, but it was never put into. It was never action used. No. So eventually, those things blew over. And it was just sitting there, and they decided to open it to the public as an exhibit. Now, I don't know, there are certain deaths associated with it, but some of those you don't know whether it's myth, legend, or fact, or
was it
what
2?
Have you.
One
There's
death
2,
and one that went missing.
That's right.
And the death wasn't an animal; it was an animal, not a person.
Yeah, it's really odd. There's something definitely going on there. But I'm not quite sure what it is. I mean, I don't know. It's something odd there. But we did an investigation there one night, and Viv and myself. Now, I don't trust anybody like I trust Viv. Completely trust her. I know her character, her personality. I've known her forever, and I would completely trust her with anything and everything. Now, this evening we did this Ouija board session, and it was just myself and Viv, and we put the Ouija board on our knees, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now, we were sitting down, so we put it on our knees to get the energies going between male and female, get the energies going. And then it started to move, and I was saying to Viv, because it's hard to equate in your head. So I asked the question, not meaning to insult, you're not moving, are you? because it was the only thing that I could come out with because I was so thrown with what was happening.
Was we both blindfolded? What were we doing? I can't remember.
We weren't even looking, were we, at the board?
No.
We weren't looking at the board, and it was just moving about. And I can't think who was writing down the letters.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. I can't think who was writing down the letters off the board, but it got to a point where there were some images coming into my mind, and I'm not psychic or mediumistic. I've got none of those abilities whatsoever. I'm the first to say that I've got none of that whatsoever. But there was images coming into my mind, which is very unusual for me because I haven't got much of an imagination anyway. And these images were negative and they were horrible. And in the end, I said, "Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this because it was spooking me, to be fair." Because I didn't have my fingers on it, and I thought it was moving without my fingers on it, and I thought, because I wasn't looking, and I thought, oh, perhaps Viv's still moving, or perhaps how, I'm not too sure. And then you said to me, "Dan, open your eyes and look down." And my fingers were off of it, and the bloody planchette was still moving
on its own. Yeah.
On its own. I wasn't touching it. Viv was nowhere near it, and Viv had obviously watched this maybe for some time. I don't know. But it was moving on its own with my fingers they were above it, and I couldn't even keep up with it, and it was just freaky.
I've been dealing with Ouija boards, playing. I say playing because they are. It's just playing.
It is.
Ouija boards since I was about 7.
Exactly. I think the thing is, Chantel, and you are right. I think you're right, but I think that should go with. I mean, I've been doing it for years, the same as Viv, and I'm not professing that I'm any more advanced or knowledgeable than the next person, because I'm not, because nobody really knows what goes on.
But it's no more dangerous than these. The thing is, when you use them, you use it with respect. So with the Ouija board,
that's it. And it's just another form of communication. So we always say that it's no different, because people quite happily go along and ask a question or ask out and hope for some kind of feedback or some kind of information to feed through from the spirit world to them that way. But you're still opening the doorway. You're opening the line of connection. And once you open that line of connection, it doesn't matter whether it's through a Ouija board, whether it's through a question that's asked, whether it's with tarot, or whatever it's through, you're creating this, this energy between you and the spirit world. So you're opening yourself up and you're opening. But, I'm not one to overprotect myself either, really. I should maybe sometimes, but I don't. I tend not to, which is a bit naughty. But
you know what?
You're right, Chantal. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
See, I some spirit apps. I got one that I will endorse. Okay, and it takes a bit of working with to get used to it. In fact, it's the one guy that makes the spirit apps, but there's one app that I will endorse, and that's it. Only purely because I heard my brother's voice through it. And that's not pre-programmed or anything like that. My brother's voice came through and answered a question.
That was Nick, wasn't it?
It was Nick, my brother. So that's the only app that I will endorse. Other than that, I will always go to my Ovulus. I mean, my Ovulus is a bit battered and broken now, but I still 100%.
I really think the problem is with a lot of this kit, and I've noticed it myself over the years, is that people obviously devise this kit, and a lot of it could be junk, a lot of it, but I don't think people give it a fair enough chance, because I noticed the thing with the Ovulus, people said to me time and time again, I bought one, it was the one you got, Viv, which is it's the best one, in my opinion, it's the best one you can get. Is it the 2, was it, or
3?
The Ovulus 3, beg your pardon. And I had one, and I sold it because I wanted to get a different bit of kit, and there's a worse thing I could get.
But you should have sold it now.
I wish I hadn't sold it now. I really do, because I'm short of funding for this bit of kit. That was the next best thing, so I thought I'd sell a couple of bits and try and finance it that way. But of course, by the time that it was playing catch up, I couldn't afford to buy one back again. Not only that, they're like gold dust. So it was great. And I was working with it, and Terry was with me, and we noticed at the same time that once you used it continually, and I know it sounds a bit hippie, but you built up your relationship with whatever was using the more you used it, the better it worked.
But you know what? They all come with a glitch, every single one.
They do. Yours is woolly, isn't it?
My glitch is woolly, but all the Ovuluses, you need to work with them to understand where the glitches are.
Yeah.
I'm about to, not just yet though, but I'm about to invest in a 5B because it's smaller and easier just to put in your pocket. So I'm about to make another purchase, which will be the 5B.
Nice.
But yeah, I will get it direct from Digital Dowsing themselves, which is what I did last time. So yeah,
I think I got mine from the States actually. Yeah, I think I got mine through. Well, that might have been through Digital Dowsing itself actually. But the beauty of this thing was, and Terry noticed it. We noticed it at exactly the same time, is that there was a certain number of words that were meant to be in the bank, and then it broke the bank, so it started creating words that weren't actually configured into the network, and then it started breaking from singular words, to plurals, and then it was coming out with more or less sentences. So
mine actually comes out with whole sentences. It is amazing. I know. No.
They're not meant to.
It's a free app from your app store, probably fake. If you want a good app and you're willing to spend a bit of money, I would recommend the EchoVox by Danny Bigbeard.
Yeah,
and that is the only one, and it's not cheap. But that is the only one that I would recommend.
How much is that? It used to be about 20 quid, didn't it?
About 20 quid.
Which is, I don't know what that means in South African money, 20 English pounds.
But there's another one called Necro something. What's that one, Dan? You got it recently.
Necro,
I can't remember it. It's not free.
Is it not Necromicon, is it?
I can't remember.
Necromicon?
But that's the one that I endorse, is EchoVox. I think the preloaded work. Right, so Chantel, I never use the word bank. I always, when I use my Ovulus, I go with the phonics and the backwards phonics. So it's sounding words. So I never, ever use dictionary mode or anything preloaded. I never use. And through the phonic mode, I'm getting full sentences, which to me, it blows my head.
And the thing that
Necrophonic,
yes, that's the one, Chantel. That's the one. And the thing that blew me away, and that was, it kind of endorsed this bit of kit for me, was they were using it on, because I think it was constructed for Ghost Adventures, wasn't it? And by Bill
Chappell.
Mm-hmm. And he was on there one day, and they were on their video, and then he turned around and said, "This thing is coming out with sentences and words that are not even programmed."
Yeah.
And it was like, so it wasn't them. And he'd noticed that after we'd noticed it, myself and Terry. And it was like, so it's not the only. And the prime example was, we did a gym that was haunted. And it was proper haunted.
Solomon.
I don't think I've used Solomon. I don't think I've used that one.
You know, I use DarkVox sometimes, and it's really hard to understand. Once you get the gist of DarkVox, I mean, Dan and I love it, but depending on where we are, I mean, we've done a few churches. We wouldn't do DarkVox in there because it's just disrespectful. But
if you get someone that's a bit edgy, place to use it, isn't it?
Stick that on you.
But yeah, I mean, apps are just, it's like you say, Chantel, a lot of them aren't. You know,
well, we have to go back to that scary place with the wraiths with MJ Wayland and his wife. So that, let me just write that down on our list.
Definitely, yeah.
That list is growing, Dan.
I know. We've got so much to cover next year, God willing. Tons of it.
Sarah.
But it's all good fun.
MJ Wayland, he's got a bit of a trip.
He doesn't care though, MJ, does he? He's happy. He's like us. It's like, there's a ghost. Where is it? Scotland. Well, we're leaving now. We're leaving now. But
hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Paranormal Son.
Hope you've had a good Christmas.
Looks like he's had a haircut. Hang on, let's have a look.
Looks like it's snowing where Nick is. Yeah, look, it's snowing where he is, look.
Has he had a haircut, or is that when he was younger?
His hair's different. Yeah, it's either he was younger there or he's had a haircut. Which is it, Nick?
I love that saying. Oh dear.
So that's there are a few places out there, Viv, aren't there, that we need to sort of get ready, prepared for next year.
More filming for Striking Midnight on YouTube. Did you feel that filling the little bits for the Bigfoot special?
Did I what? Sorry.
You got to do your talking, record your talking bits for the bits in between the Bigfoot special. Yeah,
we'll do that. I've got to do that. Unfortunately, everybody, I've been. You're a kid then.
Wild Bill's on.
Hi, Wild Bill.
Hi, Wild Bill.
Unfortunately,
love that,
everybody, man. I had the best laid plans of mice and men, but unfortunately, they've all fell awry because during
kids
the
have been off school
holidays, I ended up with food poisoning. So, not from Hazel's cooking. I hasten to get in there before she comes to me. But it was just from a takeaway meal that we had, and I assume it's from that. Obviously, you can't point fingers because there was no definite, but it seemed to fall in right with the timeline that I'd had this meal, and then I got ill, so I was kind of rough throughout Christmas. But it was still a good Christmas. It was still great. It was still a lot of fun. It was enjoyable. So I can't moan too much. But it did mean Viv sent me a lot of video and audio from the States when she was there last week or the other week. And she did some amazing footage that she's given me. So I need to compile it into a video and do a little bit of editing between it and putting in my, me talking.
Your little bits in between.
My little bits of introductions to what Viv's doing, where she's and that type of thing. And then go from there and upload that. So, so there is that to do. So, and that's been playing in the back of my mind. So I'm going to have to get onto that this week. But and get that up very soon. This maybe.
Or maybe
year, hopefully
you could get it done, hold on to it, sit on it, and then when we go back again, extend it.
Do a series. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, always good idea. Yeah, that might be a way to do it actually. But so we've got a lot next year. I've got to book as well whilst we're talking on air, Viv.
Get my pen. Hang on.
Get your pen. I've got to make a booking for you and I to do Village Farm in Skeggy.
Okay.
Because now Village Farm in Skegness, guys, I don't know if anybody knows of it or anyone's been or heard of it. Is very much overlooked, I think, as far as paranormal activity is concerned, as far as hauntings are concerned. I've never ever been there where I haven't had some form of activity. Now, whether it's been audible or whether it's been physical, there's always been something, and it might not be that much, but it's enough to just get you thinking, well, what's going on here? So there was lots of stuff going on there, and Viv and myself did. Viv invited me to give a talk there with her earlier on this year, which was good. It was a lot of fun, very enjoyable. The paranormal conference there, and we've both done it separately over the years, and we want to go back and do it together. There's a spirit of a little girl there. I know that for a fact, and there's a spirit of a cat and a dog there.
Chantal, you don't look very old.
Don't look old at all.
She don't, does she? She's still young enough to be my daughter.
We're the same height, though. Okay, Wild Bill.
Not long then. Is that why you have a drink, Bill?
Is that?
Love it.
So I'd like us to go back there because I think that we've actually. I did an investigation there before where a friend of mine caught her on video.
I think,
that's pretty cool.
Dan, I think we should take a little look into the other sides of the paranormal. So not just ghosts. I think we need to go on the hunt for the black shark. next year.
You know me, I'm all about the cryptids. I do love a cryptid.
And then I think we should go and do a bit of UFO sky watching.
Yeah,
and we'll do a show on that. Just because, we'd have to lay down in a field somewhere because there's no way I'm just sitting up like that. I'm just going to lay down and just look.
The one and only time I went sky watching, I got told that I was never going to be taken out again.
Why?
You're not coming out with me ever again, he went. He really had the hump.
Why?
Because we went up to some fields and the farmer's field. The farmer allowed us on there. We wouldn't go on farmland without asking. And he had permission from the farmer. We didn't do any damage. We went between furrows and just walked alongside. It was fine. But there was a woods there, and these woods they were fenced in. But there's an old chapel inside the woods, and we were sitting out there looking at the sky. And I said to the guy, "Oh, what's in there then?" He went, "There's an old chapel in there." I went, "Is there?" I sold it when God said, "Let there be light." I pulled the string.
Well, Bill, you can be my paranormal dad if you want. After all, you are a sort of like a father anyway, Reverend Father. Yeah.
There you go. So I kind of, the truth is out there. It is, Bill. I kind of gravitated more towards this woodland. And before they knew where I was over the other side of the woodland doing a ghost investigation on my own because I got bored just looking at the sky. So he wasn't best pleased with me because he took me out. The whole intention and idea was to take me out to do a sky watch, and I just wandered off and ambled off to do a ghost hunt. So, yeah, it didn't really work out that well. But these things, I think, cross at some level. All of that type of activity. So, does one beget the other?
Let's see if we can find an observatory somewhere as well. So look through telescopes, and it won't just be we'll sit in a field and do sky watching. We'll film ourselves going into the observatory, looking through the telescopes. I don't know if we can film through it. I don't know how it works. We'll have a go at that. I can find out. We can make a good show out of that, Dan.
It's interesting. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I like ghosts. That's my forte. That's what I enjoy. Spirit energies, call them whatever you will. I like cryptids. I like that as well. But as far as ufology is concerned, it's never really been my bag. It's never really been something that's grabbed me.
Shall we just go and have a look and see what we think about it?
Well, I'm interested because there's correlations there, isn't there, between...
It's supposed to be.
It'd be interesting to see if one energizes the other, or because we don't know what we don't know.
There's batteries called Energizer if you want.
There are batteries called Energizer.
You can energize yourself with some of them. Pick them up your nose.
Up my Harris. But yeah, there's but there's probably very little light pollution out there
big
where you are in Chantal.
Yeah.
There's a vast, it's a continent, isn't it? So you could probably get the fantastic open area there with no light pollution. But there are a few. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I was watching a program about that a little while back, actually.
Thing is, Dan, when I go out and do this sky watching stuff, I'm wearing a tinfoil hat.
Was it?
I'm taking no chances.
They're not going to take me, Viv, are they? They're not going to want me.
You never know.
They're not going to want me. They need. I'll be like, remember the Homer Simpson thing, where he's outside in the woods and the spacecraft goes above him, and then it shoots out one of these light beams and tries to lift him, but it can't. Then it shoots out 3 or 4 to try and just that'd be me. You might.
Do you know what? I do believe that they probe you and stuff like that, and abductions. I do believe in it.
I've got no reason to question anybody's credibility as far as that's concerned. Not everybody's having mass hysteria, are they?
The Karoo.
It's something. I'll have to look into that, Chantal. I've not seen that. I must admit, I do like looking at the night sky. There's something very humbling about it, I think. It makes you realise that you're not.
I
You
think
are
as well.
significant in one way, but maybe not in another.
I think as well, Dan, we'd have to go and do something at night on a boat.
Yes.
Because of mermaids and
Piracy.
stuff like that. Not piracy.
Go to Somalia.
I've put boat on here, question marks. Boat, question mark. We need somebody to take us out. Not when it's too rough, though.
Be interesting.
Up to
I'd
about
like
10
to do
o'clock.
something as well in Derbyshire. Now, Sandra would know more about this, being a Derbyshire lady, and also so would Ash would know about it. There's a quarry there. That
What can take you to a quarry?
Yeah, this one's filled up. What it is though, Viv, it was initially it was a village. And during the war, I think it was during the Second World War.
Oh, is that not the plague?
They sunk it.
Oh.
They sunk it and they filled it in with water. So the village is still down there, but they just completely turned it into a reservoir. And I think they tried, planes flew over it during the war and dropped bombs onto it. And I think they did Hazel. They did testing and all sorts of stuff going on there. So I'd like to go there. I think that'd be interesting. Yeah, exactly. They don't end up in some intergalactic courtroom, do they? That'd be the problem.
Oh, we've done a haunted boat. We've done one already.
Those, actually, Andy.
Yeah, we've done a few of those. Oh, Rutland Water.
Oh, I don't know about that, Andy. What's
that's
that?
Just down the road from me.
It's only up the road, yeah. What's that? Is there a haunted boat there? Haunted ship, yeah. Well, Vic, you did a haunted boat, didn't you? Sort of clipper.
Yeah, I did the sea clipper.
Wasn't that Dutch or something, that the boat
It was
did?
Dutch, a Dutch sea clipper. Yeah.
It was Victorian, wasn't it?
It was built to
ship my kids. Sorry, Nick. My kids.
It was built to ship some of the Jews to safe passage in occupied Europe. There was a couple of people that went overboard. We've caught voices of them. The last person to die on it was in 1984. He fell from the top mast onto the deck and died immediately.
Oh, bless him.
The captain also saw something in his bedroom, ghostly hands over his wife when he was in the captain's cabin. He also, when he was out at sea, he saw his brother out in the water calling him to jump, come with me. So there's a lot of stories that go with that boat, but yeah, it was.
Well, you had an experience on it, didn't you, when you were married?
I did. Yeah.
It was quite the experience, wasn't it?
Quite scary, yeah.
Can you tell us about that? Or
well, I was down in the front end of the boat. Is that starboard?
Yeah.
And they got some cabins underneath there, and you have to come down a vertical ladder to get into those cabins. And you heard feet, and then nobody else knew that these were there, but you heard feet come down the vertical ladder, even though the doors were tightly shut and locked and everything. And then we saw the shadow of a man walking backwards and forwards. And then when we had enough, like we'd heard voices outside, we braved it to go up the ladder and heard voices again when we were leaving. It was quite intense. It was actually in there with us. It weren't good.
And then it changed hands, didn't it? Or it got bought out by somebody else? Or
yeah, somebody else bought it.
Somebody else. Oh, yes, that's the one. That's
Rutland Water.
The one in Derbyshire. Did you say there's one at Rutland as well? I didn't know that. But I'm guessing during the war they would have sunk a lot of places like that, purely simply to level them out for water.
Yeah, could have been.
Who knows? Yeah, it's a similar thing, exactly the same thing, Bill. Exactly the same thing. Whilst I remember, let me just get this out.
We got 4 minutes.
I must apologise for my absence from last week. Unfortunately, we went out. It was a Christmas. I'm not going to get too long into it and make it elongated. But it was a Christmas event we went to. I thought I could be back in time, but we got stuck in traffic coming out, and hence I couldn't make it back. So Jamie, bless him, stood in for me. And so thank you for that, Jamie. Really appreciate that. And again, my apologies to everybody out there for not making it last week on time. My bad. Didn't anticipate that it was going to be that bad at Christmas, because I'm a bloke and we do things like that. Sorry. So sorry about that, everybody.
I'm not saying a word. I'll get in trouble. There's lots of blokes in the chat. No, Jamie stepped in. Bless him.
He did. He's a good lad, is our Jamie. Bless him. Thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate that, buddy. And so if you can do every second Tuesday now for the rest of...
Maybe get Chantel to fill in for me.
Chantel can fill in for you. Brilliant. We're laughing.
Yeah.
So... Oh, Chantel,
have
no
a good,
problem.
Have a good one, Chantel.
Chantel, Happy New Year to you. Have a fantastic 2022. And we'll speak to you a little bit later. Bye, Chantel.
Bye, Chantel.
What a lovely lady Chantel is.
She is lovely. That's why she's my daughter.
Lovely lady. Because she's what?
That's why she's my paranormal daughter now.
She's lovely. She's lovely. Lovely lady. We're lucky, aren't we, without people that come on to speak to us, because we're lucky to get such good, decent, nice people, which is great. It's wonderful. So we've got a lot to go through then on Friday, Viv. VRV sorting out.
You know, I don't know about anybody else in the chat, but I thought the new year, you know, it will be easy. It will be what it will be, but we've got so much to do. And you too, Bill.
Bye, Bill. God bless.
Have a good one.
Take it easy, Bill. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Buddy.
Yeah. So. Oh, she's lovely, Nick.
She's lovely, Nick.
Your paranormal sister, she is. Yeah.
She's lovely. Really is.
She is. Yeah, I've adopted her. And she's nice.
There she is.
Yeah, so
sorry, Viv, you were saying.
So next year, I don't know what the date is next week. We're gonna go back to our gonna have a subject.
Aren't we on here on the 4th?
Is it on the 4th? When we're back?
I think, because then we're doing our other one on the 5th.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Let's have a look. I've got to get my newest.
Ooh, get you in your.
That's not even on my calendar. I don't even know where it is. I'll find it. So week on Tuesday.
Week Tuesday. So I'm sure it's the 4th. I may be wrong. Has been known on many occasions.
And we'll be talking about, we'll be taking a subject and discussing it and debating it. It's the 4th. It's Andy's birthday. So happy birthday.
There you go, Andy.
Week, Andy.
4th, buddy.
Yes. So we'll be talking about something or other. We don't know what yet, but
or other than something, I would think.
Yeah. But in the meantime, everybody have a great new year and be safe whatever you're doing. And we'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you in the new year. Thanks, everybody. And once again, apologies for not making it last week or not making it at all. Thank you again to Jamie. Profusely apologise to you all. And we'll see you in the new year. And everybody have a great, happy and safe new year. And happy new year to happy 2022 to all.